And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Jaren Jackson is out there with Hunter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Williams. And it's Poole in at the 1. And for New Orleans, Walker Kessler is out there with Nance. Then there's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Jalen Suggs. And it's Miller in at the 2-guard spot. Clark, it's tough to wear down either team in this matchup because of their depth.
And Kevin, you've got to give both front offices a ton of credit. I mean, you've got to find guys and try to be economical about it, and they need to be able to play important minutes for you. It's a little more art than science, and kudos to both of these front offices.
Now here's Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic sets the screen for Jackson. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Jackson's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Pacers. Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Brown. Over Hunter. Brown, no good. Poole against Suggs. Here's Poole. Lots of room. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Here's Brown. Nance outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. Nance a screen. Hunter against Suggs. The layup missed.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Hunter against Suggs. Now, here's Hunter. Defense right on him. Williams with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. And here's Poole for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. This is their first chance this season playing the Pacers. Suggs against Poole for 3. Nance. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A reliable passer leaves obvious openings, and Suggs is going to help his team take advantage of them.
Kessler against Jokic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Clark, what we appreciate, for some players, success can change them, but not for Jokic. He seems like the same guy.
He certainly does, boy, and he is special. He is so much fun to watch. Seems to be even-keeled and down to earth, but his game is heaven sent for sure.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clark, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Now, here's Brown. His last outing with 20 points.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And it's sent back by Kessler. Brown with it. Williams picks him up. Suggs passes to Kessler. And it's in there.
Boy, nice pass that time by Suggs. I love his composure and presence.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. Number 1, the Pacers.
Yeah, number 1 in the league in terms of points per game a season ago. They play as a team, just really unselfish in terms of their brand of basketball.
Williams finds Poole. The putback. The offensive rebound. Jokic. And it's sent back by Kessler. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Poole on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, he led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Arabia's checked in. Kessler passes to Miller. Kessler a screen on Williams. Back to Kessler. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Kessler's got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, for Miller, his passing is probably the most valuable and overlooked part of his game.
Williams against Miller. Williams passes to Jackson. He can't get that one to fall. For New Orleans, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Hunter against Brown. To the paint. Pass to Suggs. Rocket 6. Shoots over Poole. And it's Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 2. Now here's Poole. D right on him. To the inside. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Jackson.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
A little bit ago, Willie Green and I were able to chat. He thinks they need to focus on speeding up Nikola Jokic rather than trying to slow him down. Coach said Jokic dominates the game at his own pace, so we need to put more pressure on him and not allow him to play so patiently. Of course, that's easier said than done. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And so it's New Orleans with it. Following the missed shot by DeAndre Hunter. Pass to Brown. Kessler setting the pick for Brown. Going inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Jordan Poole picks one up. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Trey Mann, he's checked in for Jalen Suggs. The Pacers also with a sub. Lou, he's checked in for Williams. And Poole gets it to go.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And how about top 5 in terms of points off turnovers? Nobody better at turning defense into offense.
You talked about their steals, and defense really was a focus for them. They went out there with the goal of making things as uncomfortable as possible for their opponents. Now here's Brown. Pass to Kessler. Miller outside. Over Lou. Miller, no luck.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Here's Poole. And it's sent back by Kessler. From deep, Jokic. Pelicans pull it in.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Miller, no luck. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Inside. Here's Jackson. Off target with the jump hook. Last outing for the Pelicans, it was a loss to the Warriors.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
Yeah, the offense was AWOL. It just wasn't there. No rhythm, no flow, just a tough day.
And the Pacers with possession here. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's Jokic. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. Jokic has got 6 points.
What an impressive arsenal from Jokic knocking down these shots. He's a threat to score from anywhere.
Miller surveying the floor. Kessler setting the pick for Miller. Trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Count that one. And now it's a 3-point Pacer lead.
Good find from Jokic. Fantastic at getting that rock to teammates on time, on target.
Hunter against Brown. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Jokic and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
This is exactly how you should use Jokic in these situations. Feed that beast inside.
Hunter against Brown. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Lou, covered by Miller. A 3-ball. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Lou's got his second basket of the night.
Smart read by Poole there, noticing the overcommitment and making the D pay.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Pelicans making a change here. Others checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Swinging, he's checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Hunter. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Jordan Poole. Now here's Brown. Shoots over Grant. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Lou. He's got 5. 5 to shoot. Jackson finds Grant. Kessler with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 6. Brown deciding where to go with it. Good, nice job down low. Brown's got 5 now.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
Here's Lou. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. Man with it.
And now look at the numbers for Jaren Jackson. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, how about 22 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
He misses the free throw. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best 5. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes. So I want to know who I can trust when it matters most.
Williams, he's checked in for Martin. He hits the second from the line. You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Now here's Jackson. 9 points last game out. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Well, Greg, we saw in the 2024 regular season that these Pacers actually led the NBA in assists.
Averaging over 30 assists a game. Now that's ball movement. These Pacers really trust one another and love to share the load offensively.
Martin, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
And the first one drops. He hits both from the stripe. Indiana leading by 3. Outside Williams. Pass to Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Jaren Jackson.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
To the middle. Shots good by Miller. Miller's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
And the basket by Jackson.
It seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Outside Martin. Back to Brown. Miller with a wide open look. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's 7 points from Brandon Miller.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
Williams passes to Lou. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. New Orleans gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Down low, here's Martin, and it's all evened up.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Lou, defended by Mann. Pass to Lou, and he drives in. It's deflected. Kicks it out to Grant. 6 to shoot. A second chance effort. Some solid defense from Brown. To the middle. Here's LaRavia, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Pelicans on top as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
Trey Mann is out there with Brandon Miller. Then it's Martin. And it's LaRavia in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now, here is Miller. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. Good D by Williams. Indiana trailing here. Pass to Lou. Back to Williams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. But giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And Indiana shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Here's Lou, defended by Man. There's the drive. Lou, that's good. Lou's got 7 points in the game.
He could have walked to the basket.
The Pelicans trail. Man passes to Miller. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Releases. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Williams. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Lou. Tries again. And there's a nice layup by Klingon. And the Pacers lead by 2.
Oh, great job of keeping the play alive. Klingon using that reach to secure that one and get the second chance look.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Monday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for their matchup with the Magic, things starting to solidify as that game is going to be number 10 on the year for them. Team getting sharper every time out.
Suggs, he's checked in for New Orleans. Both free throws good from Man. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside, Martin. Pass to Grant. Here's Lou. He's covered by Suggs. Shot clock at 6. Fires top of the key. The second effort. A nice shot by Klingon. Klingon's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Miller outside. Now, here's Suggs. He's covered closely. Pacers with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple years. Grant's done it all.
You know, the first thing that jumps out at you when you look at Grant is his athleticism. I mean, this guy's a terrific dunker and finishes well around the basket even when he doesn't dunk it.
And the Pelicans making a change. Brown's checked in. Pass to LaRavia. And here's Martin. Suggs looking around. Miller outside. From 18 feet away. Lou grabs the board.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Now, here is Martin. Sinks that one from the post.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And the Pelicans making a change here. Woods checked in. Jokic, he's checked in for Indiana. Hunter comes in for Hardy. Grant kicks to Martin. Hunter against Miller. And it's Jokic in the corner. And it's good off the back rim and in. That's 10 points for Jokic.
What's really cool about Jokic is that he's just as effective working off the ball. He's ready to shoot when he catches it.
Pass to Wood. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hunter's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Jokic passes to Martin. Jokic on top. Wood covering. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Indiana.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Something else they've been doing really well is shredding that defense by getting all the way to the rack. They've been absolutely fearless in attacking the paint.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Lou passes to Hunter. Jokic a screen. And Hunter, here we go. Pelicans with the rebound.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by Martin.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Now here is Martin, following the miss by Jokic. Martin against Brown. Nance sets a screen for Brown. Lets it go from deep. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic just got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Lou. Fires the three. Nance with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Now here's Nance. 5 points in the game. Here's Miller. Back to Martin. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Grant. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Pass to Lou. Now here is Martin. Jokic inside. He's against Miller. Offensive rebound. And Jokic throws it down hard.
Tonight it's been all Joker all the time. He's been pouring it on here.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. And so here is New Orleans. 4-point game. And here is Suggs. Still scoreless. It's good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. So for the Pelicans, Strother's checked in, and it's Trey Mann in for Miller. Then for the Pacers, Jackson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. Williams comes in for Martin. And Poole subbed in for Lou. Now here's Williams. His last outing, he had 8 points. No good that time. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Suggs. Here's Strother. On the wing, Nance. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Indiana leading. Now Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Pass to Brown. Over Jackson. And it's Brown that time on the assist from Suggs. Suggs has got 6 assists here tonight. Outside Jackson. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Nance with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Mann with it. He's against Williams. Brown outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for New Orleans. Brandon Miller comes in for Trey Mann. No good on the second free throw.
You got to respect the mind Brown has for the game. Both ends of the floor, he is so good at spotting the opening and taking advantage.
Pelicans trail by 3. Brown outside. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Pass to Williams. Deflects the pass and stolen by Miller. Brown against Hunter. Nance a screen on Poole, and it's good. 2 points. Brown's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Working to get the high percentage bucket. Nicely done that time by Brown.
And here's Poole for 3. Pelicans with the rebound.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Suggs kicks to Brown. Six to shoot. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Nance a screen on Hunter. And Nance now atop the key. Nance sets a screen for Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Pass to Williams. Suggs against Poole. Jokic sets the screen for Poole. A putback. Jokic on the follow. And the Pacers lead by 3.
Boy, Jokic has such special skills offensively and doing some damage in a big way that time on the offensive glass.
Now here's Brown. He's got 10. Nance finds Suggs. It's Brown on the wing. Over Hunter. And it's Brown missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Indiana. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Back right after this.
Hello, folks. Glad to have you with us. The Joker is in the building. So far, Nikola Jokic has been all business.
Well, he's not letting the defense chase him away from the shots he wants. He's dictating the action, and he has the team in a good spot.
Because he's been so efficient with his scoring as well. That's a good way to maintain your lead. Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
Yeah, these two are getting after it. They're working overtime to be the guy. They've got each other fired up.
It's almost like they're playing their own game of one-on-one. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 3. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Williams. Jackson is out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Poole in at the point. And he makes that one. Brown's got 12.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Jokic with a screen on Nance. Jackson passes to Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Hunter dishes to Williams. From deep. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brown the pass to Suggs. Brown outside. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. The Pelicans 4th.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were absolutely unconscious from the three-point line.
Poole with the screen for Hunter. Back to Poole, trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. Over Kessler, and Jokic with the basket on the assist from Poole. And that's now 19 points for Jokic. Suggs passes to Kessler. Here's Brown. Pulls up. Hunter with some nice defense. Pacers leading by 3. Jokic kicks to Poole. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Okay, a chance to check out the numbers for Miller. How he did last season. Put up about 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you gotta admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
Suggs passes to Kessler. Brown with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Brown is a guy who is hunting contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him when they're defending.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4. That free throw good from Brown. And Brown drops them both. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Jokic. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Great showing for him last season. 4th in assists. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And he's so physical, so explosive. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he was a top 5 rebounder a season ago. Suggs passes to Nance. And here's Miller. Nance a screen on Williams. Here's Miller. Brown against Hunter. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Jackson hits both of them. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And timeout called by Willie Green. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Brown dishes to Suggs. Brown kicks to Suggs. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Miller outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Miller's got 12.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
Brown finds Suggs. Nance against Jackson. Nance outside. 6 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Jaren Jackson. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Indiana.
You know, we've seen them time and time again working themselves to the charity stripe and making a living at the line, basically.
And I also like how they're working the low post, getting those high percentage looks. An excellent game plan so far.
Pass to Jokic. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Nance has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Here's Suggs. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Both free throws good from Suggs.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside Williams. Pass to Jokic. Will it go? Bruising basketball from Jokic.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Nance. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Inside. Here's Hunter. Pelicans pull it in. Now Suggs. The kick out to Brown. Nance against Jokic. Now here's Suggs. Shot on the wing, and he hits the jump shot. Suggs has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pelicans.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Here's Poole. He has 5. Pass to Hunter. Back to Poole. Outside Jackson. Poole with the screen for Jackson. Over Nance. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Miller the pass to Brown. Pulls it from the elbow. Jokic grabs the miss.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Hunter the pass to Jackson. The 3 from Poole. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Poole's got 5 points now this quarter.
In that time, no dribbling needed for Poole to cash in.
Poole against Suggs. Pass to Kessler. Left side Nance. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. For 3, Hunter. Pelicans pull it in. Nance has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Miller. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Jackson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Poole, and it's good from the elbow. And that's 10 points for Jordan Poole.
And the mid-range can be tricky for Poole, but he can sink them when he has to.
Pass to Nance. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Trey Mann, he's checked in for Jalen Suggs. Indiana also making some changes. Jeremy Grant comes in for Jokic, and it's Lou in for Jordan Poole. Here is Nance. He's got 9. Pass to Mann. The screen from Brown. Lock at 6. Back to Nance. It's up a 3. Offensive rebound. Kessler. Shoots over Grant. And the rejection by Jackson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Grant over Miller. Miller grabs the miss. Miller's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Kessler. Miller outside. Nance sets a screen for Miller to stop the drought. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency is, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
At the line for New Orleans, Miller taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
For Miller, to me, it's about playing to his strengths. When he does that, he's an effective player.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Klingon comes in for Hunter. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Williams. Good on the second free throw.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Here's Lou. He's got 7. Right side Jackson. Over Nance. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And great from deep. Jackson, no issues hitting the mid-range either. Another big who has range in the new NBA.
Nance a screen on Grant. Here's Brown. Nails the baby hook. Brown's got 16 points. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Lou, defended by Mann. It's stolen by Nance. And now Miller running the floor all by himself. And Miller throws it down hard.
Miller knows how to finish in these situations. Turned on the Jets in transition.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. There's a good screen. Jackson in the corner. No good from outside. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
New Orleans moving it around. That's short off the rim. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Pass to Martin. That one, no good. Good D by Miller. Well for New Orleans, shooting 43% from the field. Brown against Grant. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
Well, he didn't exactly light it up from the free throw line a season ago. Shot right around 70%.
And he can't get the first one.
And as many times as we've seen him at the free throw line tonight, I think by now we know what's going to happen.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. LaRavia's checked in, and Martin is in for Nance. And the Pacers also making a change. Howard's checked in. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Here's Lou, defended by Mann. Pass to Jackson. Second shot opportunity. Outside for Martin. The 3. They get the rebound. Here's Lou. Here's the screen. Lets it go with the three. Traps in the tray.
3 points.
Lou's got 10. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Mann with it. Fires from 18. And good that time. Mann's got the game tied up here for New Orleans.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Pass to Jackson. Over Martin. And there's Jackson on the assist by Martin. 18 points for Jaren Jackson. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Brown. Drops in the layup for 2.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Indiana's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Lou. He's off on that one. Jackson against Martin. Brown right side. Over Martin. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. We've got Suggs, Jaylen Brown out there with Martin. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's LaRavia in at the 5 spot. That's the Pelicans 5. Brown the pass to Suggs. Pass to LaRavia. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Brown. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To the inside. And the rebound goes to Martin.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Suggs showing you some major bounce right there. He went way upstairs on that.
The Pacers shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Here's Lou. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Pass to Suggs. To the middle. Stolen by Grant. Outside Martin. Here's Lou. From past the arc. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Now, here's Suggs. Not a lot of room. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Martin. Pacers leading by 3. Pass to Lou. To the paint. Here's Klingon. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Brown's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Pacers with the rebound.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Boy, Greg, it seems like the big men have returned. And Donovan Clingan is one of them.
Yes, he is 7'2" with a wingspan to match, the capability to dominate the paint, and his impact is felt at both ends of the court. And simply put, Donovan Clingan is a winner. 2 national titles in 2 college seasons. He can really affect a game at that size.
The Pacers making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Man finds Martin. Brown outside. Floats one. Got a piece of it.
And with every swat, Clingan is earning a reputation as a shot blocker.
Count the basket. And the Pacers lead by 5.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for New Orleans. The Pacers making a switch here. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Guys, here's what Willie Green was doing in reviewing the plan with his team. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Grant the pass to Jokic. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Kessler's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Man. Here's LaRavia. He's covered by Grant. Inside. Here's Suggs. And he uses the glass on the layup. Suggs has got 4 this quarter.
Hey, you can see that former football player mentality and history on display with Suggs. He is fearless.
Down low. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Oh, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Nancy's checked in for New Orleans. Brandon Miller comes in for Jaylen Brown. The Pacers also changing it up. Jackson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. DeAndre Hunter comes in for Martin. And Poole subbed in for Hardy. Suggs passes to Kessler. Miller with the ball. Kessler setting the pick for Miller. Back to Kessler. And Kessler throws it down. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Pass to Hunter. And here's Jokic. Outside for Jackson. Poole, a screen on Nance. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Suggs passes to Miller. New Orleans moving it around. Kessler against Jokic. Here's Nance. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Hunter. Now here's Jackson, covered by Nance. Miller against Hunter. Now here's Jokic, guarded closely. To end the cold streak, rejected by Kessler. And the Pelicans making a change here. Authors checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Williams is checked in. New Orleans in the lead. Now, Man. Nance dishes to Miller. Nance sends a screen for Miller. Back to Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Poole finds Jokic. will just torch you inside.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Nance a screen on Williams. It's tipped. The shot's good from Nance. Nance has got the lead back up to 3 now for the Pelicans.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
Miller against Williams. Kessler trying to get open. Miller, no luck. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Indiana. Pass to Williams. Back to Poole. Just 5 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Pelicans have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Now, man. Here's Strother. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Strother's got the lead up to 4 now for New Orleans.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Williams has a screen for Poole. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Miller. The shot will not fall. Williams with the defensive effort. Pacers trail by 4. Hunter the pass to Jackson. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Nance. Here's Mann. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for New Orleans. Both free throws good from Mann.
And a good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Now here's Poole. Defended by Mann. Here's Jokic.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Jalen Suggs is checked in for Trey Mann. And Jokic drops them both.
You know, what makes Jokic truly exceptional in my mind is the versatility. You know, he's a really good passer, and that to me is a tremendous distinction, not to mention how he scores and does the other stuff he does out there.
Miller against Williams. To the inside. And Kessler throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And you can put Miller on either side of that pick-and-roll action. He has a terrific IQ.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Pacers trail by 6. And here's Jokic. Unloads from 9. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Jokic has got 8 here in the quarter. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Nance kicks to Miller. Nance a screen on Williams. Pass to Suggs. 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Nance. And Nance shoves it in.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Now, here's Jokic. grabs the miss. Pelicans leading by 6. Pass to Suggs. Inside. The kick out to Brown. Nance passes to Kessler. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Poole on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Jokic. Good concentration coming right there from Jokic.
Jokic, a safe bet in the clutch.
Brown with it. Here he goes. Puts it up from 12. Pacers with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for Hunter.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a one-possession ball game.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Kessler a screen on Hunter. There's Brown with the 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Here's Jokic. It counts. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jalen. A long season. What do you guys need to do to keep it rolling?
Just keep finding consistent rhythm with each other. Keep playing the game the right way, executing the game plan, and just do your job. It'll be fun.
You all did the job tonight, man. Congrats again on the...
Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.